At 6'1", they said he was too short to matter. Aaron Donald heard the laughter, then made the entire league choke on it. From a Pittsburgh basement lit by a single bulb at 4:30 a.m., he forged the most violent, unstoppable force the interior of an NFL line has ever seen. A living reminder that leverage beats height and will beats everything. Aaron Charles Donald, born May 23, 1991, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, stands as one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history, a 285-pound wrecking ball who shattered expectations and records alike. Over a decade-long career with the Los Angeles Rams, he amassed 111 sacks, 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, and a Super Bowl ring, earning unanimous acclaim as the most unstoppable interior lineman the league has ever seen. Yet his path was paved with doubt, rooted in a gritty upbringing where size became both a curse and his ultimate superpower. Donald's early life unfolded in the working-class Lincoln, Leamington, Belmar neighborhood of Pittsburgh, one of 3 children in a family where perseverance was non-negotiable. Described as a lazy, chunky kid by his own admission, young Aaron battled weight issues from childhood, once bumped up to an older Pee Wee football division because he exceeded the limit for his age group. His father, Archie Donald, a former bodybuilder who had overcome his own blindness in one eye, saw potential amid the inertia. At age 12, Archie transformed their basement into a makeshift gym and instituted grueling 4:30 a.m. workouts, nearly 2 hours long, 5 days a week before school. These sessions, blending heavy lifts with cardio, forged Donald's legendary strength and work ethic, turning a pudgy adolescent into a chiseled athlete. It was about discipline, Donald later reflected, crediting his parents for instilling a blue-collar mentality in a city synonymous with steel-town grit. At Penn Hills High School, Donald starred under Coach Ron Graham, earning first-team All-State Class Quad A honors in his junior and senior years with dominant stats, 63 tackles, 15 for loss, and 11 sacks as a senior while anchoring the offensive line as a guard. Yet recruiters overlooked him. Rated just a 3-star prospect and the 37th best defensive tackle by Rivals.com, his offers were limited to mid-tier programs like Toledo, Akron, and Rutgers. The culprit? His height, or lack thereof. At 6 feet 1 inch, Donald was deemed too short for a position where prototypes tower at 6 feet 4 inches or more, lacking the presumed leverage and reach to dominate trenches. Scouts fixated on measurables, ignoring his explosive power and football IQ. He committed to his hometown University of Pittsburgh, betting on himself in a program that would let his play do the talking. At Pitt from 2010 to 2013, Donald erased doubts with a meteoric rise. As a freshman reserve, he notched 11 tackles and 2 sacks. His sophomore breakout yielded 47 tackles, 16 for loss, and 11 sacks, earning all Big East nods. By his senior year, he exploded, 59 tackles, 28.5 for loss, 11 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles, sweeping major awards like the Outland Trophy, Lombardi Award, Bednarik Award, and Nagurski Trophy as the nation's top defensive player and lineman. A unanimous All-American, he finished with 29.5 career sacks, proving his undersized frame delivered elite disruption through quickness and technique honed in that basement gym. Pitt later retired his number 97 jersey in tribute. Size concerns lingered into the 2014 NFL Draft, where Donald slipped to the 13th overall pick by the St. Louis Rams, behind taller linemen like Jadeveon Clowney and Khalil Mack. But his NFL scouting combined performance, a record 4.68-second 40-yard dash for a defensive tackle, plus 35 bench reps, silenced skeptics, drawing comparisons to Hall of Famer John Randall. Signing a 4-year, $10.13 million deal, Donald debuted with 9 sacks as a rookie, claiming Defensive Rookie of the Year and his first Pro Bowl. Donald's NFL tenure, 2014 to 2023, with the Rams, spanning St. Louis and Los Angeles, cemented his legacy as an unstoppable force. He evolved from overlooked rookie to the league's premier disruptor through a lethal mix of speed, power, and hand-fighting technique that neutralized double teams. His lower center of gravity, once a knock, became an asset for leverage and explosion off the snap. By 2017, after a holdout, he won his first Defensive Player of the Year with 11 sacks. In 2018, a record-setting 20.5 sacks earned his second, plus a $135 million extension, making him the highest-paid defender. He claimed a third DPOY in 2020, joining Lawrence Taylor and J.J. Watt as the only players with 3. Career highs included 8 first-team All-Pro selections, 10 straight Pro Bowls, and 176 tackles for loss, transforming him into a quarterback's nightmare who drew constant double and triple teams yet still dominated. His impact on the Rams was seismic. As the defensive anchor, he elevated a middling unit to elite status, fueling playoff runs including Super Bowl 53 and the triumphant Super Bowl 56 in 2021 win over Bengals, where his game-sealing pressure on Joe Burrow clinched the title. Donald's presence forced defensive schemes to revolve around him, opening lanes for teammates and powering the Rams' resurgence post-relocation to L.A. In 154 games, he tallied 543 tackles, 111 sacks, third most by a DT, 24 forced fumbles, and relentless pressure that redefined interior dominance. Injuries limited him in 2022, and after a solid 2023, Donald retired on March 15, 2024, at age 32, feeling complete and burned out on the grind. As of 2025, he remains a Rams ambassador and philanthropist through his AD99 Solutions Foundation, aiding Pittsburgh youth. Aaron Donald didn't just overcome being overlooked, he turned perceived weaknesses into weapons, leaving an indelible mark as the most dominant defensive player of his era. 11 sacks in a season became 20. 20 became 3 Defensive Player of the Year trophies, a Super Bowl ring, and a decade of quarterbacks waking up in cold sweats. Aaron Donald walked away at the peak, still the most feared man in football, proving once and for all that the scariest monsters don't come in the biggest packages, they come from basements, with 500-pound benches and something to prove. Number 99 didn't just play the game. He broke its measuring stick.